stick, Lola? Where is it? Where's your stick? Did you find it? Find your stick, mister. I'll throw a couple for you. I see a little one. No, I don't. It's a foot. Son of a gun. Did you hide it? Say hi. Where's your stick? Where's your stick? I don't know where you left it. Over here? No, leave it. Good boy. Okay. Got a very little one. Super little. Do you want me to chuck it in the driveway? Let me throw it this way? Okay, ready? Good boy, you get it. Good boy. Bring it. What's up, gangsters? Throw some stickers on the fairing. We got blessed by Cruzy Originals. Green Brothers designed for the linkage. Parking lot punks for the sliders. And we just got a ton of other shit here. You guys want to see some stickers? Want to check out some Beantown stickers? This one's kind of rad. That's a swing arm. I got 2 of them. Cruzy Originals. It's a solid swing arm sticker. It absolutely would fit absolutely perfectly on anybody's swing arm. I got a bunch of these too. Flip the camera around. I got a bunch of these from all the shit I've ordered from JP Cycles. They're in cahoots with all these guys, Revzilla and Cycle Gear. I actually threw a Cycle Gear here. And you can see some 617s I've thrown in there from Lord Hobo. I initially put that Cycle Gear I just showed you, the blue one below 617. Pardon me. I threw it under here. And then I put the cover like this guy on it, and I was like, nah, not really. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, just type yeah if you got that in the mail I sent out to you. I was curious. I never heard back from you. So yeah, I peeled the Cycle Gear and threw the Never Rat. This is absolutely going to be probably one of the most boring lives I've ever done because I'm literally not doing anything besides just mucking around with this goofus. Come here, goofus. Come here. Say hi. Oh, say hi. Oh, you're such a baby. Did we go for a big giant walk today? We did. How big was it? And did you have so much fun? We went, what, about a half mile? Come here. Come here. Oh, the babies. Thank you. I had to surprise it. And in between my legs, yeah, the camera was right here, so you could say hi. Oh, it's just the big babies. I took them down to Walgreens. We just grabbed a couple bag of chips. I basically just wanted to take him for a walk. We didn't have anything to do, and it was just one of those relaxing boredom days. So, what is it? Sunday it's the 31st. Tomorrow, September 1st. I'm assuming. So. He's so handsome. Yeah, good. All right, awesome. Glad you got that. Perfecto. I'll be in touch shortly about what's going on. But so I had some stickers wrapped up in this guy. I had just a whole slew of them. I just pulled some out. So we got some Cruzy Original, which is kind of a dope one. I forgot what they call that design. They call it something. That one's kind of cool. This one's old school. Like now, I always say this wrong. Is it AMF? AMF used to own Harley back in the day when they were a bowling ball company. That's why Harley used to get such a bad rap back in the 70s. They leak oil, this, that. They're pieces of crap. Yeah, no worries. No worries. I'll be in touch, in the next couple days or so. Just playing it by ear, taking it easy. Trying to put as many pots. I literally had like 19 pots on this thing, and then you're just, in my spare time, I came and just threw everything on there. I only recorded like 4 things, but it is what it is. So, yeah, AMF. I'm pretty sure it was AMF. It was AM. It wasn't AMC. That's American Motion Picture Company or something. Yeah, it was AMF. AMF had this OG design, and it's fucking dope. It's just a cool design. I was thinking about throwing this guy on the fuse box, and I think it would fit really, really nice. But I already have a Cruzy Originals down on the swing arm, as you can see, so I don't want to slather. I don't want to be a walking billboard for Cruzy Originals, no matter how much I absolutely dig these guys and just respect the hell out of what they do. Because I have a bunch in the inside of the swing, inside of the fairing too, that you can see right there. That tiger down there. I have reasons why I love tigers, but Bengal tigers are absolutely one of my favorite, biggest cats. And then this side, I kind of have that bit reserved for some other stickers along line with that one. So that area I'm not going to take up, but you can see the Green Brothers design and then the Saddleman above that. This side's kind of like all my Cruzy Original side, and then way back inside of here, that red one is a Green Brothers design. I wish I had it front and center because it's friggin' dope. It says, let me see if I can read it over the phone. It says, drink beer and make rad shit. I think that's what it says. Hold on one second. Drink beer and make cool shit. That's what it says. I wish I put that closer. That, it's legible. But it says, drink beer and make cool shit. And that's just a freaking cool design. So we got Cruzy Originals. We got Saddleman. And now I'm going through like, I want to put Parking Lot Punks on in there somewhere. If you guys like chips the way I do. When I said I went down to Walgreens and got some chips. Dude, can I say how amazing these guys are? So Utes, whatever you want to call them. I think it's Utes. Fried dill pickle chips. They are freaking insane. They taste just like you'd imagine a fried dill pickle would taste. Holy shit. They are just so good. So I grabbed like 4 more of those little bags. Or 3 more while I was down there. I grabbed one a couple days ago. And they were so good. I grabbed a couple more. So this is what we got for stickers. We'll do one by one. So Cruzy Originals, with pretty much every purchase, they've either thrown in 1 or 2. Now, we digress for a second because this is the first one they threw in. Now, hopefully you guys can see the difference between the middle one and the 2 sandwiches. It has a white outline opposed to a black outline, which I kind of like a lot better. So I'm just reserving this one for a later date. And, whatever I decide to either give these away, because to me, these are like big dough. These are hard to get unless you buy their pots. I don't even think they have a pot on their website. You can just go buy their sticker packs. No, I take that back. You can buy their sticker packs, but I don't know if they, sell this one regularly. I don't know if that was like an OG that they accidentally threw in, but I'm like, dude, that's dope. I really like that one because the rest of them, like I said, have been this style, the black outline style, which looks killer. It absolutely looks the nuts, but now I got to look on the inside of the fairing and see which one they gave me that I threw. Okay, it was a black one. So yeah, that one there up against the wall was this guy. Same exact one. Okay, I just wanted to verify and make sure. Yep, that's the one. So I'm guessing this is like, maybe it was like a leftover from an original batch, because I know I've done that with my business stickers. But I definitely want to hold on to this guy, because to me, it's like rare loot. So I'm freaking holding on to the rare loot ones. But we have the stunt, they call them stunt bunnies. I got 2 of the stunt bunnies, along with I forgot what they call this one, but this one's like the old school AMF with just a little stunt bunny on it. We got 2 parking lot punks, which when I bought the sliders, and it's called the OCD package and the shifter, I asked them to throw in an extra sticker, which they were kind enough to. So I'd like to throw this parking lot punk somewhere inside of the fairing. So we're gonna have to find room for that. This was also cool too. It's like the Friends design for Cruzy. They got some cool ideas for their stickers, man. I thought that was kind of dope. Oots sounds like up. Oots. Utes. Oops. I know, it sounds like oops. All right, so these guys are going in the back with the Cruzy Originals. This came off of something I just got from Home Depot. It was a trowel or something. But I didn't plan on keeping the QEP and then the professionalism tile tools. I wanted to like cut it off and maybe cut it off around the diamond and just keep that, because that would be cool. Peeking on, like, you know, say something like that. Maybe not exactly because of the bunny ears sticking out, but, you know, maybe something like that. That would be a neat throwback to, like, old school Harley shit. As soon as I saw this eagle, I'm like, to me, that screams Harley. So if I could cut that QEP out of there and just, you know, carefully trim it, say a box knife or something, like, that would fit in there neat. Maybe not with this exact sticker, but you got the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a sticker geek anyway, so I think we'll be throwing that one. Which one's in better condition? Looks like this one's in worse off shape. We'll keep the better condition for either something I'm going to give away or freaking something later on. But Green Brothers design, that was the kick-ass mid-control shift linkage that I got, which I like a lot. And then the Cruzy Originals that you just saw are on the swing arm, the left side of the bike swing arm. So that guy's cool. This guy's kind of like my coup de grace. Thought that was pretty awesome. Support your local motorcycle club by keeping your mouth shut. I thought that was a winner chicken dinner. But I also thought it was a small guy too. And then when I went back and looked at the order, it was like a $3 sticker. Went back to look at the order and it said full-size bumper sticker. I was like, man, I got to stop reading better. I have trouble reading. I just freaking don't pay attention, I guess. Story of my life. So, yeah, I just wanted to come down here real quick and pop a couple stickers, anything that jumped out at me. So I'll keep the 2 dark Cruzy Originals. Throw this guy in the back. A couple stickers on the fairing real quick. I was tempted to take the bike out, and I'm like, nope. As he and I are walking back from Walgreens, this is probably 2 hours ago. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, it's like 8:45. I saw a Melrose cop pull in just like a couple streets up. So I'm like, yep, it's kind of a sign for the day and the night. Like, no, that's not happening. Like I said, I'm a dipshit, but I'm not a fucking moron. You know, I'm not gonna go do anything reckless when I clearly can be smarter than that, especially since there's, like, you know, just a close call right up the street. Like, yeah, no. So everybody in here pretty much is, you know, family or close friends right now. So, you guys know my dealio. So I'm not gonna rip the bike tonight. And I even came down and told him that. I was like, listen, pal. We were upstairs. I was like, listen, let's go in the garage and muck around. Because this kid literally... Let me swing the tripod real quick. This is hilarious. You can probably see his eyes, but he just stays posted up underneath either that bush or that bush directly across from me. It's his absolute favorite. But he always likes to keep eye contact on me. So if I'm out of sight... Oh, no, it's not his eyes. That's his necklace. If I'm out of sight, and you can see that the stick is just right between us. But if I'm out of sight, and he's just cute as a button. If I'm out of sight, he will track me down. He'll literally follow me all the way upstairs. Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Are we going out? Are you grabbing poop bags? Or does that mean we're going for a walk? Oh, he's the best, man. Absolutely the best. So I do keep this guy safe in the garage where I have the fork lock on, so I do have to throw the key. Now it should be unlocked, that I can straighten it out and actually get to that side. So let's throw that parking lot punks on there somewhere. See if we got room for it. It was a lot easier a couple days ago because I had, when I was doing the riser bushings, I had all the handlebars and everything set right down on the awesome freaking Saddleman's tank cover, which, man, I'll tell you, it works the nuts. It is so nice. Let me flip this guy around so I can see exactly what I'm showing you. So yeah, nothing exciting, nothing terribly exciting. Not even like an install video. Like I said, it's quarter of 9 at night, and I'm just taking it easy, man. I'm taking it easy. It's one of those take it easy nights. Sundays, I don't know many people that really do any crazy exciting stuff on Sundays. It's just a day to chill out. But yeah, parking lot punks hooked it up. They threw in 2 stickers, and these guys are rad for doing that. So least I can do is attempt to throw it on the, I think there works, attempt to throw it on the fairing somehow where it actually looks decent. Man, I'm absolutely loving this new tripod. The fact that I broke the old one really bummed me out. Let's see if I can zoom in on this just to hear. So this is where we're at. My phone mounts in the way. Let's see if I can squeeze it to the side. So right here we got Saddleman's, and Cruisy Originals is below it. Below that is the Tiger that I showed you earlier, and I could probably do this a bit better. It's tough on a tripod. I got it fully extended. It's like 62 inches. Alright, so I think I'm going to pop it down right below the Green Brothers drink beer and make cool shit. I'm going to overlap that Tiger a little bit since everything else is facing vertically, and the Tiger's, kind of hugging the bottom of the fairing. So I think I'm going to do something like this, and it's a little tricky to get into, but I think I'm going to do something like that without being on the Green Brothers too much. I'm going to, because this Tiger looks dope, but it's just motorcycle lawyers shit. It's called, what are they called? Law Tigers. And they sponsor a lot of motorcycle events. You might be able to see just a Law T right down there, but love it because love the design with the Tiger. It reminds me of an old Ed Hardy tattoo, and it's definitely like that. But yeah, if I can just have some Bengal color showing through the orange and the black stripes with a little bit of yellow highlights, that's rad. But yeah, I don't need to do anything nutty with overlap and stuff. Switch it back this side. But I also don't want to put a bunch of stickers on the bike either, like on paint and on covers. Like I was talking earlier about the fuse box cover down there and then the battery on the other side. Not a huge guy for, throwing bumper stickers on vehicles. It just, I don't know, kind of makes it look tacky, Like I heard something this broad said a while ago. And I think I might have said it a couple days ago, but she said, and she was a hot broad, but she was like snotty. Pardon me. She was like super snotty, and like, just a condescending type of broad that she knows she's wicked hot, so she can act like a douchebag. She said, "Why would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?" And it's like, I mean, I get the thinking, but the way she said it, she was kind of a douchebag about it. Just because it's like, wow, you really think a lot about yourself, don't you? But at the same time, I mean, I get the reference. I get the for instance. So let's try to get in here and get as close as I possibly can. Let me get the rag out real quick. Make sure that guy's clean. But yeah, this is a super uneventful live stream. I'm not doing anything terribly fun. I just wanted to come down and slap some stickers on the inside of the fairing quickly, just to give myself something to do. This boy, I was talking earlier, this boy could literally be outside all day long for, 24 hours a day. That's just how he gets down. So what I like doing is a certain aspect I like doing about stickers. And I like to keep the back on while I'm applying them. Let me get at you guys. All right, Cheryl, have a good night. Your lightsaber, yes. My lovely new lightsaber with my nice metallic friggin' phone holder on the top. Which, man, that screw worked out so nice. It absolutely worked out just the nuts. Screwing that guy on here, because now I don't need to fret about, ever knocking this guy over. And it does lean a little bit sometimes, and I have to readjust. Like, it's actually not square right now. It's not a perfect 90-degree up and down. It's like tilted to the right just a smidge. So I could probably come in here and do that and then tighten this guy up. It's a little bit different to actuate than my last one, but that's probably for the better because it's a bit sturdier. But yeah, it goes up, I think, another 10 inches compared to my last lightsaber, last tripod. This guy goes up 62 inches, and the last one I believe was 52. But yeah, what a great setup. What a great setup. So, tilt this guy up just a smidge. We should be able to get actuated. So what I was saying, I still got it zoomed in a little bit so you can see the application. But this is how I get down with stickers, whichever way I'm going to put it. If I'd be putting it on from the bottom first, I would do this. It's called flagging. You do the same thing with tape just to make it easy to find it and peel off rather than doing this with your nail on a roll of tape. So I flag the sticker, and then what I'll do is I'll just squeeze the top out. So I got like a little handle back here. But what I'll do is I'll wind up pushing the top on. This is to alleviate all air bubbles. I learned this. Hi, mister. I learned this when I was applying decals at Stoneham Ford when I was a kid, detailing cars. I was just a teenager, but yeah, this is the best way to not get any air bubbles inside of your decals or your stickers or whatever you decide to throw on your vehicle, a motorcycle, scooter, bike, car, truck, trailer, you name it. And it works for me, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this guy under the Green Brothers design and a little on the La Tiger, so it is what it is. And also, this flagging by pulling the back also helps. You can still kind of rearrange it. You're not dedicated, so when one corner of it sticks on, right, because I only have a little bit of the adhesive exposed, you can still kind of move it around in place where you want. So, all right, these guys are kicked all the way to the right. Let me get this in place where I kind of want it. Or I think it's going to look all right. Parking lot punks. I want everything still kind of legible. And then I'll zoom in and show you exactly what I did and why I did what I did. So I'm going to give Green Brothers Design just a small berth. That pretty much suits right there. So basically I'll just push the top in. Just pushing the top in place. And now it's set. So I'm going to do this way. Now it's set. Now I can come in here and actually push it in place and then pull the backing off at the same time. I want to give you the best angle I possibly can. There you go. So what I did is I just got it pretty much actuated where I thought it would look good. Yeah, I'm cutting out a little bottom of the Tiger, but it's all good. It still shows more than 3/4 of his body. So I came in, I just basically pushed the top in as nice as I possibly could. So it's sitting nice, no bubbles. Now you can see the white edge. It's just poking out right here. And what I'll do, since I can't really get two hands in there at the same time, what I'll do is I'll just very carefully pull this guy down as oh, maybe I can sneak an extra hand in there. So push that top guy as flat as you possibly can. And this is kind of the best way to get stickers on, period, but it's also the best way to get stickers on a precarious area, like something like this. I mean, yeah, I could always just take the fairing off real quick and pop them in, but I mean, I don't want to do all that when I don't have to. Even though it's on quick release clips, which are so easy. You literally just pop these. Pink. So these little arms right here just basically wrap around the 49 mil front fork. And these guys just go pink, pink. And to pull them off, you just literally pull right there. It's terribly easy. But my MO is make your life as difficult as possible because it's fun. People like to see you struggle. I like to see myself struggle. It's character builder, man. So I'm just gonna come in here. A little knife or a hook would be quite handy. So I'm gonna get my finger on the outside of the blade. There we go. I got it started. I got it about halfway peeled. So now to get all the bubbles out, just gonna pull down like maybe an inch at a time and literally just work it. Just work it and it will kind of, peel itself off because I already know it's in the position I want it in. So this guy assures, and you don't need to really put it on with like a little squeegee like you say you would for tint and stuff like that. Whoops. You kind of just literally work back and forth all the edges and whatnot, so you have a nice bubble free. And I always just push super hard so there's no chance of this guy blowing off at 80. But yeah, man, I was thinking about parts I wanted to add on to this puppy today, and one of them was a front motor mount from Big Bear in California. They got some of the best in the city. They got some of the best in the country. Motor mounts. That's hands down. Excuse me. They got the best motor mounts in the country, and that's a fact. So I was like, man, wouldn't I love to get motor mounts on this beast? Oh, that would absolutely make my day. I mean, back, not terribly concerned about the front, especially when this dude got in an accident right before I picked it up. And it wasn't horrible. It was just a fender bender, but that was enough to do damage to the fairing and the front forks. Front forks should be my number one priority right now, but it's a toss-up between that and motor mounts. Front forks are like 280. Let me see where this kid is. He just vanished from my sight. Where are you, goofball? Buddy. Buddy. Okay, there you are. I see you. Thank you, God. You moved on me. I didn't see you. Yeah, you scared me. I was hoping you didn't run away. You're good. You're good. Thank you, my stuff. Front forks will be something that I should definitely do and consider right this second. But motor mounts right up there too. They're just out of my price range at the moment. Front forks are upwards almost $300, and motor mount is like $480. And the rubbers for the motor mount are 4 to 6 weeks out right now. So if I order that from Cali, what happens is I would get it almost looks like a block. So imagine a circle with a flat bottom. So it's a circle with a flat bottom. Well, there's two of those on each end, and then there's like a bar that goes across the middle. And that hooks up to your the inside where the old motor mount is. But the old motor mount looks like an ice cream sandwich. And it's just hardcore rubber insulation in the middle and two metal brackets on the outside. And it's not much. It's maybe two ice cream sandwiches squished together. So, I mean, just explaining that, it's way beefier than the motor mounts that are stock on Harleys. That's OEM equipment. And I've just heard people absolutely rave about them, and I've heard nothing but good things about them. Not a single complaint from anybody I've ever heard them put on their dyna. And I've been hearing awesome things about the Big Bear motor mount since probably, good boy, get your stick. That's a good boy. Since like '02. Since like a puppy. You heard the puppy? Puppy's howling. Since like 2002, maybe 2004. But like, everything, if you know the game, everything on the West Coast, like, at least this is how it was in like the early 90s when I was coming up, everything on the West Coast hits first. Everything starts first. The clothing scene, the music scene, the dirt bike, the skateboard scene, the music scene's like numero uno, and then fashion. But like the skateboard scene, like all that shit hits and then goes across the Midwest, which people in like Wisconsin and Michigan like kind of don't know what's up. They get a lot of their info from, Canada and television, and if you got family in the West Coast, and then it finally hits the East Coast. So we're always like the last to get. That's why you feel, people like down south in North Carolina, Tennessee, and all that shit. You feel like they're like 20 years behind time. It's kind of because they are, like West Virginia, shit like that. It's kind of because they are. Because, like, they think about it, where they live and stuff. Like, they're kind of up in the mountains. They're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So they're not going to have the same type of, you know, watching MTV. And this is like, going back 20 years. But watching MTV and staying up on local shit with Tabitha Soren and who else? Who is that dude? I can't think of the dude's name. Oh, I almost thought I just had Keith. No, whatever. But you know what I mean, like MTV News and VH1 and staying up on the latest bullshit. Because, like, and this is like me thinking about going over to my homeboy's house and watching MTV News with Ricky Rackman and just being like glued to the TV, like, oh, this is what's hot right now. All right, this is the hot new cool music, and this is how everybody's dressing, and that's kind of like where we got because there was no Instagram, there was no internet, there was none of that bullshit back when we were kids. It's like that's how we got our news. So, like I said, when it hits on the West Coast, it flows across the country, and then it hits like Boston, and then New York, and then next thing you know, what I was saying, to get to the point of what I was saying about um, the harley scene with dudes banging wheelies and doing fucking donuts and fucking slides and coming into a slide and then ripping out and just stunting. Period. The harley stunt scene started. And I want to get the right city. I want to say it was like Bakersfield, or it might have been Oakland, but there was a crew called Unknown Industries, and you can still look them up to this day. Now, I'm not sure how relevant they are because I haven't looked them up in a while, because that scene kind of like came and went. But then again, there's other younger dudes in their early 20s picking up where these guys left off. But that scene, I kid you not, like, I think it hit in like '09, 2010, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when, like, I watched for the first time this kid, Buddy Suttle. So it was Nick Leonetti, Buddy Suttle, and this kid, Wheelie Pig, and another kid called Cade Gates. These four dudes are the members of Unknown Industries, and they just started stunting Harleys like you wouldn't believe. Banging wheelies, ripping 12 o'clock wheelies, just doing nutty shit on the highway and, in town. Just stuff that we've never seen before. Stuff only Rice Rockets have ever done, because nobody ever realized, oh shit, you can do that stuff on a Harley too. These are the kids that like kind of kicked it off. They kind of set it off. Unknown Industries, yeah. If you've never looked them up, please go check them out, because they're just off the hook. And if you dig that kind of stuff, if you like Harley stunting, which I'm huge into it right now. I've been huge into it for probably the past 5 years. I'm so impressed that you can take a 666-pound piece of American iron and rip it like a dirt bike with rev limiters and dragging hands and tucking your foot under your left peg while you're just finessing the brake so you don't go over. It's just, man, it's an amazing thing. Hi, Bubba. It's an absolute friggin' amazing thing. It's like something I've never seen. This side. Oh, thank you. It's something I've never seen. Locally, I've seen it because, I'm hip to the East Coast and scene, which they are out of Connecticut. I'm hip to that, but I'm also like, man, if I could go out to Arizona and chill with Cruzy and those boys, Cruzy Originals, if I could chill with those boys for just a week, bring me a stick. You had it. It was right there. You just gotta bring it. You bring it. Bring me a stick, Goofus. If I could chill with those boys for a week, I would, or even a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, man, I'd be in heaven. I would just be in heaven because that's like, it does it for me. It does it for me. I'm in awe. I remember going down to my mother lived down in North Carolina for a while with her husband, my stepdad, and they lived down there while I still lived up here in New England. And I used to go down for Christmas and visit them down there. Well, the very first time I ever went down there, and it was Swannanoa, North Carolina. So that's where, good boy, you bring it. Bring it. That's a good boy. Drop it. That's where this Hurricane Helene just hit. I said just, but like, 5 months ago? Something like that. 6, 7 months ago. Ivana, hello. All right, Lisa. Sayonara. Have a good night, darling. So when this hurricane hit, I knew 50% of the people that lived in Swannanoa, North Carolina. And I'm losing my mind because, and I'm going to segue to this point of the story. Once that hurricane hit, and I saw them do photos and video coverage and how bad like FEMA and fucking Biden was in office and he didn't do shit for them down in North Carolina during this hurricane. But when it hit, the devastation down Old Highway 70, which is the main route going up and down the mountain. And they have one city called Black Mountain right outside of Swannanoa, North Carolina. But all I could think about was my brother down there. I got a pal, not a blood brother, but a pal. I call him my bro. And I don't call many people bro. If you know me, you know. But I got a brother down there. His name's Rob Townsend. He owns literally in the middle of town, a neighborhood automotive shop called R.T. Auto. And it was always funny because he always picked on my accent. I always picked on his. But I go down there, he goes, Massachusetts Murph, how are you? And I'm like, Rob Townsend, R.T. Auto, how are you, my friend? And I remember him answering the phone many times going, R.T. Auto. And I just got a kick out of that because, it's accents and, we pick on people from whatever. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't sound like ours, it's fucking weird. So when I saw all the devastation, and I don't know if Helene's right, I may be getting the name wrong, but the last big hurricane we had that hit the Carolinas, exactly where it hit and devastated the most, that's where my friends are at. And I don't have any family down there anymore, thank the gods. But I do still have an awful lot of friends down there, and I've been trying to contact my friend R.T., Rob Townsend, since this hit. Man, and I can't get a hold of him. I can't get a hold of anybody down there. Like, when this happened, the power was out for months. I mean, there were people that lived up on the mountain, when I said Old Highway 70, and it was just like 15 minutes from Asheville. So Asheville, North Carolina is like a huge tourist attraction. They have this place called the Biltmore Estate, and it's just this giant mansion. And people just go there to see it, to check it out. Because, like, I guess back in the colonial days, it was like a plantation where there were slaves and this and that, and just super rich people. But, like, the elite of the elite lived and kind of still do in Asheville. But it's like a small Nashville almost. It's like a small Nashville, Tennessee. There's like hippies and country singers and people picking banjos, and it's cool, man. People plucking fiddles in bars and nightclubs. Like it's just a cool scene. It's different from walking into say a Boston nightclub. It's great up here, but it's just nice to check out other people's flavor and where they're from and what they've grown up doing and just experience shit like that. If you've never left your own city, I feel so bad for you because as a kid in the early '90s, my old man and I packed a van, a cat, Sam. Rest in peace, Sam. Rest easy. Till Valhalla, my friend. But he was a half Persian, half Himalayan. Just a tan puffball, but he was the best cat growing up. A Winnebago, so a van, a man, my father, his boy, myself, a cat, Yosemite Sam, Winnebago with his Harley on the back. Hence why I love Harleys. I've been around them my whole life, and why I am a proud owner of a beautiful dyna right there. Let me pull that cover so you can actually appreciate the thing. So we're going across country, and it was probably one of the best things that ever could have happened to me in my life. Just enjoying going across the nation that I live in. So the U.S. was just badass. It was totally fun. It was bitching. It was awesome. It was neat to experience other states, other climates, other people, other people's lingo, how they talked, just to see the country instead of going over on a plane. Because you miss so much looking out a little, 12 by 8 window of a plane. I remember going across the panhandle and this and that. And I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I was just talking about, I was talking about North Carolina and how I'd love to reach out or have somebody reach out to me, my buddy R.T., Rob Townsend, Asheville, North Carolina, Swannanoa, North Carolina, and just know if he's okay or not. I still don't know. Like I said, when the power was out, Biden didn't even go down there. Just fucked off all around. He was either falling over on his bicycle somewhere or fucking licking ice cream, which is the only thing he did best as, a president of the United States. And he wasn't my president. You want to say hi to the peoples? You want to say hi? Right here. Right here. That's the babies. Watch me drink, please. Oh, that's the babies. God, say hi. Real quick. Say hi to the peoples. Say hi to the peoples. Right here. Right here. Just right here. Right here, missus. So, I don't know, man. With that being said, it was awesome to go cross country in the early '90s. It was amazing. Matter of fact, it was something that I wish everybody could get out of their city and have the opportunity. Just sniff the screen. Have the opportunity to go across country, man. There was nothing like it. In the time frame we did it in the early 1990s was outstanding. It was just it was a simpler time. It was a fun time. It was a safer time. There weren't so many creeps around. Fucking shooting up schools and kidnapping kids and just fucked up shit. I mean, there's crime like that everywhere, but boy, did we just have a good time. So it was man and his van and his boy. We saw, and my cat, and the Winnebago, and the Harley on the back of the Winnebago. He had a buddy of his build basically an iron stand to run the bike up on. And me at 12, 13 years old trying to push essentially a bike the same size as my dyna, but trying to push that thing up and on nearly killed me. But it was a blast to take that all the way across country. Then we're out in Arizona and we're just riding. Clearly I'm on the back because I'm still a kid, but man, I've been on two wheels since I was, I don't know, I think about 11. I think 11 was the first time I ever really had my own quad and then dirt bike and then like moped to muck around with just as a kid. And then enduro, street bike, Harley, and then my second Harley. This is only my second bike. I had to go, boys, you want to get your stick? Get your stick, I'll throw it. So I don't know where I was going with that whole cross country besides the simple fact that I was talking about my buddy R.T. in Swannanoa, North Carolina. I just hope he's okay. Rob, it's Murph from Mass, dude. If you ever see this, man, please give me a shout. Reach out in my DMs, send a comment. I gotta know if you're all right, man. I gotta know if your family made it through the hurricane. It breaks my heart to think that I've tried so many times to reach out and I have no idea how to get a hold of you, bro. Your cell phone was, the shop phone was, so I just hope you're okay, my friend. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope everybody made it through, and we're not gonna talk, and you're not gonna tell me that somebody didn't make it. I know a lot of bad shit happened. A lot of bad shit happened, and there was a lot of good people that stood up, but there was government, a lot of bad people that didn't fucking lend a hand, man, and that breaks my heart because, you're a real one. I just wish you the best. Yeah, so if you can find it in your heart and have the opportunity to get outside of your comfort zone, good things will happen. Like I said, traveling across the country in the early 90s with my old man, that wasn't on me, that was on him. It wasn't me that said, hey, Pop, let's go out to Arizona, let's go out to Nevada, let's go live out in the desert. That was something that was on his agenda, and I was just like kind of tagging along for it, but I can't say it wasn't awesome. It was one of the most awesome things. We saw Niagara Falls on the way out there, up in New York, like where New York, Vermont, Canada meet. And then out there, we saw like the Painted Desert. We saw the Grand Canyon, like 3 different rims. If you know, you know. Man, we just saw a lot of cool shit. We stayed on an Indian res that has been unoccupied for like 300 years or something wacky like that, since like the 1700s. There's a lot of reses that are occupied by Native Americans, but there are some that were just abandoned, called the Trail of Tears. If you don't know, look it up. I'm not going to go into that, but we stayed one night, and it was an old beat-up sign that said, you are entering Yavapai County. That wasn't it, but something county. It was out in either New Mexico or Arizona, but it was along that border. Oh, we made it up to the Four Corners. That was awesome. Where there's only one place in the country where 4 states meet at one point, one junction. So it's Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. And they meet like that. It's the only place in the entire United States, 48 continental United States, because as you know, Alaska's up here and Hawaii's way down here. But it's the only place in the whole United States where 4 states actually make a perfect 90-degree angle in each state, right? So, yeah, they call it the Four Corners. Man, was that just the coolest thing. There's like plaques. There's one great big plaque, and then there's plaques in each state. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico in that specific direction. But man, we saw some just amazing stuff. So I guess what I'm trying to convey is, if you have a chance to get outside of your comfort zone, if you have an opportunity to burn some cash, take a trip, rent an RV, go across the country. It will change your life. And I promise, it wasn't just something that changed my life because I was a young kid, just because of the experience. It was something that I'll never forget. And I look back on 1992, 1993, and then we did it again. So we actually did it twice. So it was, the first time was from New Hampshire to Arizona, or New Hampshire, Nevada. Yeah, so it was New Hampshire, Nevada. And then the second trip, we went back like a year later. So we lived out there for like 2 years, and we went back home. And literally a year later, we go and do the trip again. So I want to say it was like 92 to 93. Well, I do remember because I went to I finished middle school out there. Well, no, I started high school out there is what it was. It was 8th grade into my freshman year of high school. And boy, was that not easy, because I was an East Coast kid coming to the West Coast where I knew nobody, not a fucking soul. And I'm walking into the school like there's like metal detectors and just shit I never experienced in my life ever living on the East Coast in the early 90s. That wasn't a thing, at least where I went to school. I went to school in Melrose and Revere. Um, I never went to school, in like downtown Boston. Who knows? There could have been metal detectors there back in those early days, but yeah, it was nutty. It was nutty in 1992 to walk into a middle school. If you've ever seen the movie 187, and I want to say it's not Lawrence Fishburne, it's Samuel L. Jackson. If you've ever seen the movie 187, it's all West Coast. It's about like an LA teacher who gets stabbed up a bunch of different times and then takes a hiatus, takes a break, and then goes and works at another school. Like, say he got stabbed up in Colorado. Well, he couldn't have picked a worse school, but he winds up going and working in downtown LA, friggin' high school. Well, it was like that. It was exactly like that, and I was like, damn, dude, what am I walking into? What is this? Metal detectors, and this is 1992. Um, just crazy, straight cholos, and like hyenas, and oh, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but like straight Mexican essays, and then there was the white kids, and then there was like no blacks. It was all brown and white. That was pretty much. I want to say there was like one or two black kids in the city I lived in. I went to Bullhead City Junior High, so BHCC was my shit. My best friend at the time was this kid named Justin Easton. Easton, like the baseball bat. Fantastic kid. I'd love to get a hold of him someday. Man, if he could ever see one of my videos, I would shit. I remember he moved back to Phoenix, and I don't think he moved back to Bullhead, but it was funny. If you've ever lived a place that's way far away from like where you grew up, where your hometown is, and then you go and Google Map that place that you used to live at, it just like brings all these thoughts and emotions and memories and like shit, especially if it's like 20, 30 years out. You're just like, wow, the Albertsons is still there. We lived on Hancock Street in Bullhead City, Arizona. It was fucking awesome. But at any rate, yeah, to go out there at that time was like a culture shock for me, because walking into school and I see straight cholos, dude, big old dickies, big old tan dickies with like a white t-shirt and then a black over it, or vice versa, a black t-shirt with a white over it, and they were like down to the middle of their knees. I'm like, what are you guys wearing? Like, and then of course I adopted the style of, West Coast, hike your socks up, you know, they say the higher the socks, the downer the fool. But yeah, I don't wear big socks nowadays anymore. They're all ankle socks for the most part, except for the winter time. I'll hike a proper pair of socks up. But yeah, man, I remember like rocking shorts, and my shorts always were below my knee. My shorts, if I rocked shorts, which I did in the summertime, but they were like here. But literally, my sock line would be here, and my shorts would be over them. So all you would see was great big white socks. But yeah, for a fact, the higher the socks, the downer the fool, eh? That's what they used to say out there. But it's just crazy because, man, that was an awful long time ago, and it was just fun. It was fun, but it was sketchy. It was kind of scary and crazy at the same time. I'm telling you is that I didn't know a single person out there. I knew nobody in Arizona when I went to school in Bullhead City in '97, and it was just it was a culture shock. My old man wanted to open a tattoo shop out west, and he certainly did, and it was cool. Good on him. He did a bang up job. He tattooed right out of the house. But wow, just different. Everything was different. The chicks were different. The chicks were. I don't want to go into detail about that, but they weren't as much prudes that I was used to on the East Coast. They were more just, chill, laid back. Like, hey, what's up? You're cute. Come here. You want a kiss? It's like, at the time, that was fucking the farthest thing that like you can imagine that East Coast broad would never really say something like that. They're all way more reserved because they're so uptight. They have uptight parents. It's just I don't know. It was crazy, man. It was great. It was absolutely great to live out there when I did at that time, at that point in time in my life. It just I don't know molded me to become the person I am today. So everybody's a piece of clay, right? But what I was kind of trying to say, if you have enough dough, to go take a road trip, man, peel off. Go load up a Winnebago, take your old lady, take your kid, and just go. If you have a toddler, I guess that would probably be a little tougher, but you know, still, fuck it, go. Carpe diem. You only live once, man. So I would most definitely recommend to head out to the West Coast and just go have fun. Go do something fun. Even go to the PNW, man. Go to the Pacific Northwest. Like just go to places you've never gone to. Go to southern part of Cali. Just go anywhere. Go anywhere on the West Coast. Just take a trip across the country just so you can see the absolutely majestic parts of good boy, you got your stick. You got it. Get your stick. The majestic parts of the United States that not everybody gets to see. Even the plains and like the goofy dumb shit where it just looks all the same as you're going by in Texas and Oklahoma. Like it all looks the same. But at the end of the day, you stop in old Motel 6. So you don't have to if you rent an RV. Good boy, bring your stick. Bring it. No, you bring it. You don't even have to rent an RV. You don't even have to rent a motel if you got an RV. But yeah, just whoa! I'm so glad I grabbed that, and I did. Bippity boppity motherfucker! That almost smashed right on the ground right there. Leave it. You wait. Wait. Good boy. Thank you. That's a good boy. Steady. Oh. But yeah, man. If you have a chance to go, just go. Just go. Go experience something dope. Go stay in a new place for 6 months. If you can pick up and go and experience a new culture, experience new people, if you can go and hang out with new people and make new friends across country, or say you even have people dude, what are you waiting for? Just go. It's going to be a hell of an experience, and you're going to thank yourself that you did it. You're going to thank yourself that you did it. You're going to thank yourself that you allowed your family to experience something really awesome and rad and totally fun and totally cool, and just see the country, to see the U.S. the way that not everybody gets to see it. Most everybody sees it like this, from a tiny bird's eye view out of a window like that, 30,000 feet. That's no way to see the U.S. The way to see the U.S. is to drive it, navigate. And I'm even going way back to say way before GPSs. We were in like maybe a 90, 88. I want to say 88 sticking in my head. My old man had a silver Ram van, and we packed just about everything we could in there, along with Yosemite Sam, my cat, my old man, myself. My old man was a bike and tattoo artist. So needless to say, he had one of those weird bead seats. I've never wrapped my brain around. I've never understood. I've never found comfortability in it. But he had one of those, and we had a Winnebago. We were towing a Winnebago with the van, and then he had his Harley sitting this way on the back of the Winnebago. He had a guy build a steel, essentially like an arm that went like this. Literally held the bike like a cradle. He built a steel cradle. Because my old man was not going anywhere without his fucking sled. And I get that. I got that when I was a kid. I was like, of course, Pop. I don't doubt you for 1 second. Why would you? Why would you want to leave your bike behind, man? I get it. It didn't take me till now to appreciate my Harley, but if you have a bike, you'll know. Man, it's up there with your kids. It's like that important. It's that important. Do do a quick walk around so you can appreciate what I get to appreciate every day when I come down to my garage. The beauty of the dirty dyna. And man, she's just a beaut. This is the ugly side, but oh, she's just a beaut. Let's go this way. I think it's probably gonna be a bit easier. I don't know why I'm wrapping this up. It's been exactly an hour. Yeah, we threw the sticker I wanted to throw in here, but man. I remember riding in this ghost town with my old man in Arizona called Oatman. Oatman. Went to Oatman, Arizona. And boy, was it just the freaking coolest place I've ever seen. It's an old mining town. So I literally came out here just to throw one sticker. Shout out Parking Lot Punks. Parking Lot Punks blessed me with the PLP raw shifter. So that was dope. And then I got the OCD pack, so they hooked me up with some sliders too. So mad shout out to PLP, Parking Lot Punks. Thank you guys very much for the raw. And then the Delrin sliders. Dude, solid. Solid. I absolutely love these guys. So thank you, Parking Lot Punks. But yeah, man, if you have a chance to go and live your life the best way you know how, and to just rock out and have an awesome family and a good old lady that doesn't, step out on you, or, act like a dink, or talk back, or, talking back's okay, but, going out when she pleases without, just throwing your kid in your arms and saying fuck you type of shit. Like, yeah, you can tell I got some deep-seated issues. Still probably a bit unresolved, but it is what it is. If you can just go live your life, and I know it's not easy, because a lot of dudes work like a dog, including myself, and when we do that, it's like, how could I ever take a trip across country? Well, if you can get a break from work and go and travel across country, then it's something that's doable. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And I know it's easier said than done, but at the same time, it's like, man, if you want it bad enough, you're gonna do it. If you want it bad enough, you can take it. And hopefully, I painted a pretty enough picture about growing across country when I was a kid. That maybe this will just touch one person. Maybe only one person will hear this and understand, what it's all about, to experience freedom on that level. But man, did I just feel so free? I guess it's probably the best way I can convey just feeling freedom, not being tied down to anything besides my old man looking after me. And I speak fondly of him because he's not here anymore. I lost him in 2012. One of the better dudes I knew in this messed up world. That was a hard hit. Yeah, man, that was a hard hit to take. I still got my mom, so thankfully enough, I can still count on her. To be a parental unit, but boy, was that tough. It was tough losing my old man. He was a pretty fucking solid dude. Pretty solid dude, man. Speaking of solid dudes, check this son of a gun out. This kid literally will just sit right across from me and just wait. And he'll be outside and he'll enjoy his time outside. We went for like a 2-hour walk earlier, but he can't get enough. And I think it's the most adorable thing in the world because he's just the cutest shepherd. And I don't want to call him and bother him. Hi, mister. I don't want to call him and bother him, but if I was to do the smallest whistle, he would come right in a second. He must hear something, a spider, a grasshopper, some ants, something. Because he is just cute as a button. Oh, that's one of the sweetest shepherds, and he's like 88 pounds. He's like 90 pounds. Excuse me. He is a big boy. He is a big boy. And you know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to achieve the dreams you want to achieve. And it takes a long time, and it takes a lot of suffering and being miserable. And it's not friggin' easy. Anybody that says it's easy has never had it tough, because it's not easy. You know, there's a lot of miserable shit that happens in, in broken families. A lot of miserable stuff that happens to good people, and a lot of people are like, "What the fuck, man? Why me, dude? Why do I deserve this?" I've never tried to be a why me person. I tried to be a how can I fix this scenario? How can I push through it and break through to the other side? How can I make this better? How can I fix the shitty scenario I'm in? Instead of dwelling, oh man, this blows, you know. I wanna fix this scenario, but I don't know how. You always know how. It's right up here. You have to tap into it. You have to have survival and life skills and all these things that can get yourself out of trouble. Or get yourself out of a place that you're not happy in being in. This thing just didn't fall in my lap. I had to work for it. I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get this fucking bike. And it doesn't happen overnight. But if you push hard enough, if you work hard enough, if you know the right avenues of applying yourself, good shit happens. And it's not good shit happens to good people. Just good shit happens. Good shit will happen. If you work hard enough, if you strive hard enough, you can have cool things. You can see beautiful places like Arizona and Nevada and the Painted Desert, and places that I'd like to say at least 50-60% of Massachusetts has never seen. And I would love 99% of the kids I grew up with to be able to just have a chance to shoot across Arizona, stay there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just to enjoy the things that I got blessed with when I was a kid, because it's just, it's mind blowing. And especially nowadays, it's not easy to be a kid nowadays. I wouldn't wish it upon, my own child. That's a hindsight, right? It's a catch-22. But fuck, the world's so messed up nowadays that everything's here. Everything's here. It's not about walking out your front door anymore, and just taking a walk down the street, doing something simple. Walk your dog to the store instead of taking your bike or your car or your truck, and go enjoy nature. Go do something cool. Go appreciate a maple tree that's in bloom. Go find a patch of daisies and go fucking sniff one. Like, just dumb shit. You know what I mean? Appreciate nature. Just stuff that we take for granted every day as people. It's a bummer. It's a wicked bummer, because people don't appreciate the small things, like, say, our great-grandparents and our grandparents did 80, 100 years ago. Everything's so fast-paced nowadays. It's like a fucking rat race, man. And that just bums me out, because it's like we've forgotten to pump the brakes, slow down, and appreciate what's around us before, it could be gone in our kids' generation. It could be gone in my kids' or my grandkids' generation. It could be, honestly. The way that, like, we're just polluting the oceans. We're overfishing, like, just all this stuff, you know what I mean? I don't want to get all down in the dumps like that, but yeah, I mean, if you work hard enough, you can have something cool like this too. It's all about you know, playing your cards right, doing the right thing, and knowing what to throw money at and what not to. You know, try not to have vices. Try not to have vices that control you. You know, I drink. Don't get it twisted. Don't get a fucking Mike's Hard right here. But I had one of those in 3 days. Friday, Saturday, and now today's Sunday. So control it. Don't let it control you. I know easier said than done, but I've also been in the other shoes where I've let shit control me, and I've paid for it. Oh my gosh, have I paid for it? I paid and paid and paid and paid. I lost my freedom for it. How's that? I'm no poster child for, you know, the best kid in the room. That's a fact. That's for fucking sure. I have made some bad decisions in my life, and I've done some dumb shit, and I've absolutely paid for it. And by paying for it, meaning losing my freedom to be in the free world with the rest of, you know, everyday Joe Schmo. That's something I can, you know, dig a little bit deeper on maybe another episode of this, but it's all about just, you know, appreciating what you have. Appreciate that you can even go outside after 9 o'clock at night and go take a stroll down your street, whether you want to or not. You're laying in bed, but you have that freedom that you can open that door and go out and go, I smell pine in the air, or I smell fireworks in the air, or, you know, is that a flower I smell? Oh, somebody's having a barbecue. You don't smell that shit once your freedom's taken away. So just, you know, make the right decision. Don't try to impress anybody else that you think isn't worth it and that you may be risking your freedom for. Even though when you're young, you don't think that far ahead. You're thinking in the here and now. You're not thinking in, fuck, I could be locked up for the next nickel. I could be doing 5 years in prison. Kids don't think like that, but sometimes you have to have somebody that will kick you some knowledge and be like, hey, you know, stay away from that kid, he's no good. Don't do fucking dumb shit because you wind up in the clink. I guess that's what I'm averting to. We can talk more about that later, but for now, I think I'm done. I'm going to wrap this up. It's been an hour and 13 minutes. Sounds about right. So with that being said, I'm gonna fucking kill this. That's my boy out there just chilling like a villain, like the cutest kid in the world. You're such a good boy, Miss Diz. I love you. You had a nice walk earlier, huh? You did. We both did. Yeah, you had like the best walk earlier. You are just the cutest shepherd in the world. Did I tell you that yet today? Oh, big stretches. I did. I told you a couple times, didn't I? Yes, I did. How many times did I tell you you're the best kid in the world? Right here. How many times did I tell you you're the best kid in the world? Huh? I think I told you at least maybe 4, maybe 5. Did I tell you 4 or 5 times? Did I see that? You are just the best kid. Oh, you take the best bean. Oh, you take the best bean. You are just a fucking sweet pea. Just a sweet pea. I love you too, dude. So, that being said, the Dirty Dyna's going to bed. I'm going to bed. This meathead's going to bed. We're all going to bed. It's got to be close to 10. So I just threw quickly the parking lot punks. Huge respect to parking lot punks. Those are the guys that supplied me with my dope. My dope PLP. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know if it's coming up, but it's right there. PLP, written in like Munster's writing, which I just love that font. So they hooked me up with the shifter, and they also hooked me up. Absolutely blessed me. So thank you, parking lot punks, for the blessing to it. I had a little dirt on there. I think I put my foot on it earlier. But this is raw. It's a Delrin slider. It's actually a little hole inside of there. They gave me the black hardware, which I dig. The other side, same thing. Small spacer, big spaces next to the seat. I don't think I can show it. Maybe able to on this side. There you go. Big spacer, small spacer, raw slider, knurled, of course. Got to throw that dope knurling on. So there you go. the Delran slider to boot. But yeah, parking lot punks came through, and I basically just wanted to come out tonight, throw their sticker on here, man. They deserve it. They deserve to be on the wall of shame of Beantown's fairing. So I'm psyched to be able to throw that on there for them. I absolutely love this fairing. If you don't know what it is, it's a Harley quarter. I also call it the clamshell fairing. I don't have any glass on it right now on the bottom. There's smoked up top, but I was riding and I couldn't be seen, so I didn't want to get clipped. One cool thing I threw on 2 nights ago was just do this briefly. My key popped out. Slide my handlebar back. One thing I had my homeboy come down here and bless me. One of the first things I bought was the fairing. Before I even had the dyna here, before the dyna was even freaking delivered, I bought the fairing for it because it had this big, god awful, ugly, horrendous. When I say horrendous, it looked like an old cop's fairing. So it was horrendous, dude. It was the most horrible looking fairing you could ever imagine. But this being a custom, that came on this. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta either throw a T-Sport fairing on or the clamshell. Well, I went clamshell. And homeboy came through and I bought these guys. So I bought the clamshell fairing and I ordered these guys because I knew there was blinker mounts coming out from my lower forks. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's horrible. Big, ugly, gaudy thing. So it cleaned that 49 mil front end right up. And these guys are running lights. And now my front blinkers, so kind of stoked about that. Probably can't see so good because it's like, let's try this. So you can see the rears, just stock, not that fancy. But the fronts, we got a bit fancy with it, just for the simple fact that it looks way cooler. And when they're not blinkers, they're actual running lights, which is even cooler. So it cancels that one. That one turns to a straight running light, which are just LEDs. And then it kicks that guy off as a proper marker and blinker. So you can see I can actually be seen from the side, which is kind of dope. So I'm killing the lights so you can actually see. You can see my rears. My bag's up a little bit, so it's kind of blocking that. So let me adjust my saddlebag. There you go. Bag's down so you can see my blinker there. Hi, Beavis. He goes crazy with shadow, so if he starts running over there looking at stuff, you wonder why. Now you understand why. But yeah, these can be seen from the side, which are kind of nice, because I plan on getting rid of the reflectors. I absolutely hate fork reflectors. They look horrendous. Yes, they do solve me being seen from the side with cars reflection and whatnot, but I don't like reflectors whatsoever. But that's well enough from the side. I can be seen, so I'm stoked about that. And then it turns right back into a running light. So when I finally get some good handlebars and bars and risers on this thing, because they're just stock right now and they're goofy as fuck. Let me try not to blind you, but that's straight headlight, and that's at about 3 feet up off the ground. Now I got just about 5 feet up off the ground, so you can see they're pretty bright, man. For LEDs and them being the size of my thumb, legit the size of my thumb, those are pretty freaking bright. The fact they turn into blinkers and then still running lights. This one, I don't know if I have it actuated weird or what, but that one you can't see so well. I think I might need to turn my perch up just to here. So if I take this whole assembly, it's called the perch. If I just rotate my perch up, I think it will be even with the other side. Make sure not to back up too fast. Stepping on the baseboard here. So you can see what time it is. You can see what was that racket? What was it, buddy? so you can see exactly what those guys do. But yeah, custom dynamics, man. Custom dynamics. They call it the under mirror mount LED blinker system. Under mirror mount blinkers. And this guy's kicking off some serious heat, but just a shitty old halogen. Nobody likes the shitty halogens, man. Nobody. What is it, Buster? I'm not firing the bike up. Why are you running away? Don't run away. He clearly doesn't like it when I fire the dyna up, but no, I wouldn't do that. Not without giving you a heads up, you goofus. No, you know better. You're such a silly kid. You're such a fucking sillies. You're just a sillies. I'm gonna turn this guy back off. We're done for the night. 4 o'clock. We gotta throw the beautiful saddleman cover on the tank just for laughs, huh? Is that cool with you? You mind if I throw the saddleman cover on, Buster? It helps me protect my tank. Yes, it does. And when I did the riser bushings, how awesome was that? I could roll them right into place and affix them right here on the freaking hook and loop. I'm not worrying about scratching my tank. How cool was that? Wasn't that just the coolest? Oh, it was just the coolest. That was an absolute godsend. The whole inside of here, I know you can't see because I killed the lights in here, but the whole inside of here is just like butter. I think it's felt, to be honest. It is just butter soft, man. Yeah, this guy was $60 on G&P Cycles. Go look him up if you need one for your tank. I got the large. They have a small for sporties and a large for like touring and dynas. I got the dyna cover, so it has a storage compartment down below. Place for wrenches. Place for the female or the female, the male. The male's in here. I have no idea what this exactly is for, but this is the male part of hook and loop. So a lot of people call this Velcro. It is Velcro, but Velcro's more of a brand. It's like calling all tissue Kleenex, right? Tissue for your nose, tissue for your ass. It's like calling it all Kleenex. Well, this is hook and loop, and this is a male part of hook and loop. This is the actual hook. This is the loop. The loop is like the soft side, right? So, might even say double-coated tissue tape. No, that's just this. That's what's stuck on there. But 3M is like the best sticker brand in the world. So if you get 3M stickers, top shelf, dude. But I was wondering what the hell this was for. Why is this here? This isn't for something you'd stick here, right? And then when you pull it back, you're like, oh, great, my shit's secure. And you're constantly walking around with a male pit, or you're riding around with a male piece of fucking hook and loop on your instrument gauge. No, it can't be what that's for. The only thing that made any sense to me that this was if you have one of these for a shop and you're putting it on, 5 different bikes a day, meaning this cover, instead of me being a bike owner, this goes on your clipboard or something. Then you take your clipboard or your work order and just boom, slap it on the tank. And then you saw, okay, this bike's in for a 3-hole service. All right, so I'm doing oil change, trans change, and gear oil. Right? That's the only thing I can think why this hook and loop would be here. I couldn't imagine anything else as the bike owner why that would absolutely, be here. So I'm thinking this is more of like a thing for like a shop guy, a motorcycle mechanic, somebody at fucking MMI, and they buy it so they can protect every bike they work on. Like that would absolutely just be cool. But do you need it at the same time? The shop should supply that you work at, right? I don't know, give or take, whatever, right? Makes no odds or evens to me. So with that, I'm signing off. This is Dirty Dyna, Beantown Bushcraft. Have a good night. Buddy says have a good night, wherever he may be. There he is, laying down right there. You ready, pal? We gonna call it? You coming? Oh, that's a good babies. All right, bring it in. Oh, that's the misters. Yes, you bring it in. That's my babies. Thank you, mister. Oh, what about scratcher? Oh, my God. goodness. Oh my goodness. What a bum scratcher. You think you can do better? And scratch your own bum? I think I'm the best bum scratcher so far. What do you think? Oh, you got the itchy eyes. Come here, puppies. I fix your itchy eyes. Oh, I got you, babies. Yes, I got the babies for the itchy eyes. Oh my goodness. Mr. Babies. Oh, you're just the sweetest. Oh, Mr. Itchy Eyes. I got you, babies. Yes, I do. Oh, you're just the sweetest kid in the world. If you're not the sweetest, I don't know who is. You are just the sweetest, puppy. Yes, you are. Oh, my goodness, what a good kid. Oh, you are just the sweetest babies. Oh, what a sweet baby. We're going to go in. We're calling it. Okay? We're going to call it. Yeah, we're going to call it. We're call it in. It's got to be like 10:30 as well. Yeah, and it's on a Sunday night, so, we keep it loud for the neighbors. Yeah, they'll never forgive us, especially if we play the bike. Yeah, that would be a no-no. We can't do that. We gotta keep it quiet. You know what time it is, mister. Alright, I'm out of here. Dirty Dyna, Beantown. Fucking have a good night. Never rat, kid. Just never rat, right? Please, don't have a fucking rat. Not even on your best friend. Not even on somebody you're pissed off at in traffic. Just never rat. You won't feel good about it. Not unless you're a fucking weasel scumbag. But just don't rat. It's real easy. You hold your integrity. As men, we only have so many things about us unless you're rich with a huge dick and the best looking dude on the block, right? Besides that, we only have so many things as men. Our integrity, our honor, and our word. If any of those are shit, then we're shit. So fucking do the right thing. Don't ever tell on anybody, dude. It's just not cool. It's not the right thing to do. It's not what... It's a good boy. It's not what he wants. It's not what your wife wants. It's not what whoever made you wants. The man upstairs, right? Whoever he may be to you. He didn't want you to fucking tell on your neighbor. He didn't want you to call the cops on neighborhood kids because they're being too loud. Just don't fucking rat, dude. Don't ever be a rat. Nobody likes a fucking rat. That's a fact. Alright, I'm out of here. Beantown. Buddy. Let's see if we can get Buddy in the shop one more time. Buddy. Beantown. And the Dirty Dyna. We're out of here. Have a good night. Stay safe. Go kiss somebody. I'm gonna give him a smooch later because he's just the best boy in the world. Later, fuckers.